We need to work as a society, a black society, about setting roots, developing more than just what's for the here and now for the show, but to get roots, to get businesses, to get money turning in our communities, that we can focus on ourselves, we can focus on our communities uplifting, that we don't always have to look out for charity, but we have money to invest for ourselves. It's up to us to look at our businesses and support that, because that is our fellow brother and sister. It's not always easy, because I understand sometimes it might be easier to drive to the Asian shop to pick up a piece of yam, but just make that extra 5 minutes to go to your local Caribbean, your local African shop, and support them. What you're doing, helping probably a smaller business and helping someone that's more connected to you, is better than just getting your goods. Think about, it's all a cycle. So what you're putting in, what are you getting out of that? What are you putting in and what you're getting out of that?
Historically, we're not really exposed to, and depending on where you live actually, but we're not really exposed to many black businesses, and so it's easier and more convenient for us to go to what's nearby or what we know. So I think there's definitely, it's on the onus of black people to look out for other businesses, black businesses, and to support them. There's this fantastic group on Facebook called Black Owned Economy. Join that if you can. It's amazing. There's hundreds of thousands of people that are subscribed to the page, and it's all about black owned businesses sharing their platform, sharing their business. Some of the stuff that I've seen on there is amazing. Like, you just wouldn't, I wouldn't have even known that it's out there. There's so much on there that I had no idea about, and that platform has really exposed me to. So if you get the chance to check that out, definitely do. Or make a conscious effort to find out what's out there that you can support.
I would say that we can support Black Pockets and Black Wealth by not only contributing with our money, with our pockets, and buying from these companies, but also by sharing and letting people know that these companies are out there, because a lot of the time it's just the big companies that stay big. We need to let everyone know that these companies are there. Whether we should move towards buying black owned only, I don't know about that, because I feel like buying black owned is about bringing the black businesses to the playing ground, bringing them level. At the moment, it's below the playing ground because there aren't many there. I think it's about having diversity in the way we shop. It's not just about white-owned businesses. It's not just about black-owned businesses. But I think we need to level the playing ground. So maybe for a couple of years, we need to make especially more of an effort to buy black-owned, because a lot of the time people aren't right now.
I've seen a sort of increase, with Black Pound Day, people reinforcing the importance of supporting each other as a community. And I think that is what I really am getting from the black businesses. I don't entirely agree with this idea of economic freedom being the main focus when it comes to black people's liberation. I don't agree with that. I don't think that we should try to replace systems that are already in action and which are not benefiting us. So, for example, aiming to be a black capitalist. At the same time, I do think that in the meantime, black people should work in these areas, and it's important that we support each other. But also these companies that we support, we must hold accountable. So for example, I've seen conversations around some of these black companies not being representative of the entire black community, so they're only using light-skinned models. Those are not the type of black companies we want to support. So there are ways in which these companies can also reinforce power dynamics. Or, for example, if it's a large company, does it have practices which lead to, unfair wages and, workers' rights being overlooked? You don't want to support that type of company. In this very difficult time, it's nice to see all of us sort of, banding together and creating our own things. There's no denying that, even though I'm an anti-capitalist.
The one way we can support Black Pockets and Wealth is just by contributing more, helping each other. If we were to been supporting ourselves from the beginning, every single small business or every other person would be way bigger than they are right now. We should be making that step forward to try and buy more black-owned products. But it is really hard because you don't know which products are actually black-owned. Like, there's so many big brands that you assume are black-owned. There's so many natural hair brands, for example, that you probably think are black-owned, but they're not. they could have been black owned from the beginning, but they've been brought by people that are not black. So yeah, make sure, it's really hard, but it's something that if you just try, that you'll find a black owned brand.
I do think that there are a lot of black businesses that are highly slept on. We had Black Pound Day recently, and I was exposed to so many black businesses that I just had no idea existed. Maybe it's lack of funding, they haven't been able to advertise or market as much. So I think wherever you're aware of a black business, or privy to a black business that is serving, try and promote them where possible. I don't want to go into the feel of excluding other businesses, because the nature of this is to have black people included. So I don't really feel as though the exclusion route is the route to go, to say only buy black, don't buy from non-black businesses, because I feel like collectively there needs to be a support system from everyone. Like, I would love to see people of white origin, Asian origin purchasing also from black businesses. So I don't think you should solely buy black intentionally, or be like anti other brands, but I do think it is worth making a conscious effort to seek out, is there a black business that is offering what I need? Do they have great customer service, great customer reviews? Is the quality of their products good? And if it is, why not invest?
I do think we should be supporting more black businesses, black owned businesses. It's just like, I feel like other cultures are and always have been doing that, and for some reason we have not been doing that. I do think we need to consciously be buying from black owned businesses, and I think for some reason I've not really seen it being advertised as black owned. Maybe we already feel uncomfortable saying this is a black owned business, because we don't want to make everything about race. But I think it is about time that we just held the banner high and we were just like, this is black owned, so and we should be putting money back into our own people. Yeah, we need to get on board, we need to change our ways, and we should definitely be putting more money into black owned businesses. I am all for it. I just need to know where they are. For the longest time, when we bring up being black, we're always seen as not letting go of the past. It's over, it's not happening, but it is, because there are so many different microaggressions that we have to deal with on a daily basis.